Flying review, Hecarim versus Nasus. 50-minute game. Okay. Almost through the game, am I ridden with cancer? That's a nice note. Again, I will always be focusing on the early game because that's what matters like the most for junglers. That's where we have the most amount of agency. But obviously, I'll look at some of these late game fights because if the game goes to 15 minutes, I'm assuming it's some crazy shit happening. And we full clear it down. We get a freebie. Nice. I'm surprised you didn't ghost. I would just ghost here probably just to guarantee it. But okay, I mean, if you're able to keep a summoner, you always should. So I actually like. I mean, it's obviously good that you kept it. I would say here though, you actually got punished for not ghosting. Because if you ghost at the start of this gank, let's say you ghost right now, right? Boom, you gank, you ghost now. Instead of being where you are here, you'd be here right now because obviously you're faster with ghost means. And now the difference from being here and here is a big difference because if you're here right now, you can hit her right now while she's still snared by the Nico E, and then she won't be able to flash it. She'll be brought here, and then she can flash here, right? But the difference from being there and there is now when you go for it, now she's no longer CC'd, so now she can flash it. So instead of her jumping from here to here, she gets this to this. You see? So unironically, I think not using Ghost mid, perfect, awesome, good job. Not using Ghost to this for this actually costed you the kill. He would have died if you ghosted earlier because you got your E earlier, and you would have hit him as he's still snared by Nico. Because you see here, he's E'd, so obviously when he's rooted, he cannot flash because he's rooted. Make sense? But either way, games are going really well. We full cleared into gank into full clear. Now we base. Now we play into dragon. Literally like beautiful. I think you don't need to do this. I think if you're level 5, level 4, that's when you have to come from behind. That's when you have to be creative. You have to understand when you're tier 2 boots, ghost, E, ult, Hecarim, and you have 700 movement speed going into a gank, and you know that Lux no flash, right? Because you just burnt it. So you know they have an immobile carry. Lux is immobile. No dashes, no flashes, no fucking flying over walls, right? You have a chant that's immobile. You have 3 gap closures, like, Ghost counts as, like, no one in the game has tier 2 boots. Some people don't. Lux probably doesn't have tier 1s. You have 4 different, like, mobilities. You could just run at them through River. You don't have to go for a flank. Don't have to do some creative shit. Don't have to ult over this wall. Don't have to go from fucking Timbuktu. You could, especially when they're this far up, you could just run at them. Lux, no flash, guaranteed dies, no matter what. Uh, but when you go this way, all you do is add variables. Now NASA sees you. Now they run away faster. Now they're not pushed up. I think if you ran down river, they would just die, guaranteed. They would never run away. That's fine. Now let's watch this fight. I don't know. See, the second the fight starts, you should instantly pop ghost. You're being way too greedy with your ghost this game. It's you have to understand with Hecarim, the faster you are, the more damage you do, because that's what your passive does. So all this, the auto, the E, the Q, the second Q, the second auto, all those spells will then add more damage with Ghost, and then maybe he'd be dead right now. I don't think he would be, but you get the idea. Uh, so at the very least, you'd be able to catch up to him and then kill him without having to ult. And then I'd rather have my ult for like a grub fight. Especially, you have to also admit, especially when you have Ionians, you should definitely not feel like greedy with your ghost because when you have Ionians, you're making obviously summoner spells. This cooldown gets greatly reduced. So you could be way more willy nilly with it. Also, with the grubs, you always save your smite for the third one. The only time you smite it is to secure it, but in this case, now you're 50-50ing this grub with Dion. Funny enough, you still get it, but there's no reason to smite the third one. Always smite the second. I mean, the second one. Always smite the third one. Again, another example. So far, we didn't ghost again. You ghosted when you're 1 HP. You're already dead. I guess you ghosted out, but like if you ghosted earlier, you'd be able to run away faster. Again, all this damage on Yone is doing more damage. Your Q, your E, your W, your auto, everything's more damage. Instead of being half HP, he's like quarter HP, which then means your Yasuo kills him faster. And then the faster Yasuo kills him, the faster Yasuo could come and help kill Nasus. You know what I mean? So you're just being way too greedy with your ghost. You got to use your ghost way earlier in fights, way more. Anyway, besides that, the grub fight was the grubs are good. You got all 3 of them. We're super fed. Let's watch this gank. You made a mistake here. I think when you see him flash, you see him flash. I guess you already 8-clicked. I would just even now. Actually, as you can, I was gonna say just you want to ult. But even now, I would just you could I think auto Q. Your Q's up in 1 second. So the auto Q and then ult here. and then push them back into your team and just guarantee the 1 kill. I think by saving your ulti, it feels like you're playing for a double, but I think you're just being greedy. Like the game's in a good spot. You got first dragon, you got first scrubs. The game is 4-9. Um, like yeah, I think you're just being really. I think you just feel like a really greedy player. You're greeting for your ghost. Now you're greeting for your ult. I think if you just insult Lux, I know it's a support. Who cares? You have to understand, by killing their support, you're effectively killing their AD carry, because the AD carry can't lane 2v1, right? He'll just So I think just very simple. Ult here, kill Lux, base, then do Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, into Dragon, and you're just insanely fed. So we don't like we take so much damage chasing them, and then we have to ult out, and then we still end up using our ult, but now we end up not getting a kill. I guarantee if you ulted, you would have killed that guy and still lived because you take less damage. Okay, we pull Dragon. Nice. Go back to our camps. Nice. Now again, here we know Lux no flash because we burnt it, so this should be just a guaranteed kill. You don't even have to use your ult or ghost. In this case, it's fine because you're going for the Jhin. I don't know. I think you're just being greedy again. It just feels so greedy to me. Like what I mean by that is like how do I say this? Okay, first of all, not even greedy. Let's start with like the actual mechanics of this fight, right? Um, your E is not running out yet. You still have like half of your E. Like you use 60% of it. So you still have 40% of your E. So why E him now? Why not get fully behind him and then E him, right? So I think this E is rushed. Like here, instead of doing this you still have more than a quarter left, so you can still walk here and then do this, right? A, because here you push him here, but preferably he'd be pushed like here, right? A, and B, I think when you have double ult, you just double ult now. Just ult, like try to fear them both. I think you kind of held it a little too long. Yeah, greedy is not the right word to use for this. But yeah, anyway, it's still good. We got flash and we got a kill, so it's still good. Now let's play for Herald. Instant start Herald on spawn. Nice. I think just look at base. We have 1700 gold. Why take a? I think like you guys are obviously fed, but why take if you could take a 3v3 with all your money spent, or take a 3v3 without money spent, why not just take a 3v3? I think here it's. Oh my god, does Ekko have ult? I'm confused. He does have ult. I think this is already a dub. The second this happens, you just leave happily. You should understand this is already a dub because look, Dragon spawning in 2 minutes. Now Jhin has no flash for Dragon. Jin's an immobile carry. So now we're just gonna base, spend our money, respawn, do like Wolves, Gromp, Raptor, whatever. And then we're gonna just play for Dragon on spawn. When the Dragon spawns, we're gonna be level 12. We're gonna be an item and a half, and we're gonna go into the Dragon fight knowing their AD carries no flash. So we'll just press the Ghost E ult button on Jhin, and he's gonna guarantee die, right? Here you're ulting for an Ekko who like has ult. All you're doing is I don't know, it's scary. I know you killed him, so it's like what the fuck is this coach telling me? I literally in your head you're like I'm starting a fight. We win the fight. I get 2 kills, and he's telling me it's bad. No, because it is because it's not necessary to win the game. All it is taking a risk, right? If you mess up here, your teammates mess up here, you lose a shutdown, or you pop your ghost. Now your ghost is down for dragon. Just random shit going on, and this is how you throw the game. Like I don't know what this Yon's doing. This Yon is a fucking idiot. If you have no idea if Yon ult is up or down, right? So I'm telling you right now, if Yon has ult, he's gonna Q this. Oops, sorry. He's gonna Q this. Walk here. And even right now, if he has ult, you have to understand he could just E ult QW, you're just dead. He just E ult QW, you're dead, and I guarantee you have a big shutdown. And now now you're just trading, you're just dying for a shutdown, right? Even now, Jhin just like again, there's so many things like Ekko didn't ult, so this Ekko has ult, he didn't use it. He's just a fucking an idiot, right? So Ekko dies at ulting. Lux is just walking immobile carry walking through a Nivea ult and just getting burnt to death, right? When you're going for these plays, it's not the intent. It's not the result of the play. It's the intention of why you're going in. The intent here of burning Jhin, flash, perfect, beautiful. After this, the intent is bad. You have no idea this Lux is going to become a fucking brain dead retard, walk in and die. You have no idea Ekko's not gonna ult. You have no idea why Yon doesn't just E ult Q us and kill us and get our shutdown, And here when you end up getting hit by Jhin ult anyways, and you do have a shutdown, you did die, right? And even though it's 3 for 1, which is worth because 3 kills for 1 kill is worth. We have no ult, we have no ghost, and we had a shutdown. And again, we've already established Lux had no reason to die. Ekko could have ulted, etc., etc. Now we play. Okay, let's play for dragon now. Nice. Also, now we have like no ghost for dragon, for example. You know, it's fine. Dragon spawning. Let's go do dragon on spawn. Beautiful. Good job. Good thing you didn't mess us up the smite. Okay, again, when you're ahead, you're just playing objective farming. So now Otacon's up in 7 seconds. Now we're playing Otacon on spawn. Beautiful. Perfect. Good job. So now we're going into the thing where in mid game, which is now we're in mid game. Your job is to be a glorified babysitter. What does that mean? In my head, if you could just, I think this is soul spawning next, right, in 2 minutes. So if you could just get 23-minute soul, you got 20-minute Otacon, and then you get 25-minute Baron, you win the game. You get soul, Otacon, Baron, and they all spawn, and the game's over. So that's in 5 minutes. So what happens? You right now want a world where none of your teammates die in the next 5 minutes. If all 4 of these guys don't die in the next 5 minutes, you're guaranteed the Otacon, which is you're guaranteed this. You just got this. You're guaranteed 23-minute 3 soul, then you're guaranteed 25-minute Baron. Because right now with the lead, you guys have 8 to 20, up 3 dragons, up like 2 levels, up fucking 80 CS. You guys are all so much stronger that as long as the enemy team gets no random shutdowns, they get no random bounty towers, you guys just win fights. So now we want to avoid like volatility. Now we want to just chill, wait for the dragons to spawn. Don't need to force random fights. Don't need to dive tier 2 mid. Don't we want to make sure Smolder doesn't die on side lane. Echo, Smolder is an immobile carry. She's pushing bot lane versus an Echo. I want to make sure my he doesn't die to Echo. Smolder probably has a shutdown. I don't want Smolder to lose a shutdown. I probably have a shutdown. I don't want to be randomly invading enemy Raptors and losing my shutdown. When I could just be doing anything else. I could be doing red buff. I could be doing scuttle. I could be doing Krugs respawning, right? This is like, now we have no ult. Now we have no ghost. Now we lost our shutdown. This is a perfect example of what we don't want to happen. Now you have the soul fight decides the game, right? The most important thing. Now you have no ghost for the soul fight. Now Yone got the kill there. Maybe now Yone shows up to the soul fight with an extra item he would have normally not gotten, right? And more importantly, now that we're dead, we can't protect our teammates. Normally, you can babysit Smolder. You can just hide behind Smolder for the next 2 minutes and make sure Smolder doesn't die. Smolder doesn't give his shutdown as well. But since we're dead, we can't protect him. So now guess what? Now Smolder dies. And now Smolder had a shutdown too, probably, right? Okay, he didn't, but like he very easily could have, right? So you get the idea. Now we play Dragon 1 minute. Okay. Looks like they're trading Soul for 2 tower stop. That's fine. Okay, now we got the Soul. Now we're just playing Baron. So again, our job is to be a babysitter, making sure no one dies before this Baron, and then we just get a pick. Boom, we got a pick, and now instant start Baron. Spamping Baron, spamping Baron, spamping Baron. Perfect. Okay, we're not doing it. We should instant just pull Baron. It's 45. In this case, Yasuo and Echo are both down, so you guys are 3v4. So in my head, we're just hitting this Baron this entire time. Okay, we turn on this guy. Beautiful. Okay. Baron, 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 Baron. Don't chase Baron, 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 Baron. Ping it. Go. Start it. Go. Yeah, Okay, good. Yeah, just keep hitting it. Perfect. Nice. Good job. Really good. Now we play for Elder. I mean, we are, again, glorified babysitter. I know your team there's no way you can help Yasuo here. If you can ping more, I'd appreciate it. Spam danger ping, Smolder, spam caution ping. All I want, like here, Yasuo died, but it's fine. He died 1-for-1. We just can't have Smolder die. If Smolder dies, it delays our Baron so much. We need Smolder to live, and then we can pressure the base. I know, like a lot of times people like if you spam ping Smolder to not fight and then he still fights, I won't be mad at you. I won't blame you. But if you're not, but a lot of times people don't ping, don't communicate, and then they get mad. Oh, my shit teammate. I always say I allow you to complain. If you tell them what to do and they don't listen, then sure, I'll allow you to complain. But if you're not telling them what to do, then how can you complain about what they're doing? Right? You're like, oh, it's so obvious. Well, yeah, it's so cute, bro. Everything's obvious to everyone. If it's so, what I'm saying to you should be obvious. So don't fight. Don't fight when you don't have to. But it's not obvious to everyone, right? And then Boom and Nivea dies. So I think you have to be like staring at the map, danger pinging, caution pinging. So again, standing behind like who is more important to protect, the support level 12 support Nico or level 17 mid laner Nivea, right? Like I would never be bot right now. I would just be mid behind my Nivea. If anything, I would be on my red buff right now, spam danger pinging Nivea, saying, "Yo, guys, typing, yo, don't siege when wait for a soldier to spawn. Then we'll siege together. Then we'll team fight as 5. Then we'll siege mid. Then we'll go for mid together, break mid tower, break inhib." Um, you just need a group as 4, group as 5, and then break their base. We haven't been grouped as a team once this game. And again, you might be like blaming your teammates, like, oh, my teammates aren't grouping. Well, yeah, you're also not pinging your teammates to group. You're also, if you're not going to group with you, then you should just follow them. But you're also not following your teammates. You're kind of doing your own thing and hoping they come, right? So there's definitely, my point is you definitely have more control over this than you probably think you do, right? Yeah, we're dead. Okay, Baron's gone. Let's play Elder now. Nice steal. Holy shit, good job. My god, this game turns into a fucking. I mean, it's already a mess. Two dead. Why are we going? Why are we going? Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? There's two dead. Why are we going in our camps? We have Elder, two dead. Just go break mid inhib. Just go break the base. If they're, it's you guys are 5v3. You have ult up. If they're under a tower, you'll just dive them with Elder. And this time you're not by. Look, this is the first time this game we're grouped. Like Nico's with us, Smolder's with us. We're here. So worst case scenario, it's 3v3 on mid. Worst case, but 3v3 with Elder. And if there's all three mid, that means Anivia is pushing bot by herself. So if there's, yes, this is a no lose situation. You go mid is 3. If all 3 people are here, then Nivea gets in it by herself because she's 1v0, right? And if you're going mid and there's 2 people mid and one person's on Nivea, then you're diving mid 2v3 because not only do you have number advantage, but you also have Elder. So no matter what, you go mid here as 3, and either A, you're diving mid 3v2, or B, you're just sitting mid 3v3, chilling, not doing anything, and then Nivea's going to get inhib bot, right? Yeah, but can we double inhib? I mean, you're just low. I think if you didn't do your Raptors for some reason, you'd be here way earlier. You'd be hitting tower earlier. You'd be getting inhib. Even now, you should still inhib. Why are we leaving? It's still 2 dead. There's 4 of us, so number wise, it's still. I guess it's even Nico's here. It's still 4v3 because there's 4 of us and 3 of them. 1, 2, and then there's 2 dead. And you have Elder, and you have Soul. So it's 4v. Okay, actually, Elder's gone, but it's still 4v. It's number advantage. It's still you have 4 members. They have 3 members. Why are we not hitting inhib? And then boom, Yasuo dies. But now it's 3v3 and you have to go back. So I just full hit this, and then you'll just leave. But again, I also think if we're just here earlier, then it would have been dead. It would have the end would have already been dead because we'd be hitting it earlier. That's just how that works, you know. In here, I don't know why we're looking to fight here. Yasuo's dead. Smolder base now they have no advantage. It's actually not 45. It's 4v. It's 5v3. You only have 3 members here. You. They have all 5 members here. So now it's like you don't want to force mid when you have 2 people when you have number advantage, but now you want to force an ult in when they have number advantage. It's now this is just retarded. You know, this is now you lose Baron here. So your thing is almost through the game. I think this is you did through the game here. They only got Baron because of your decision. This is your fault. You know. I think the easiest way to recognize when you're stronger or weaker is number advantage. Number advantage is the easiest way to recognize it. In that case, there's 2 people dead. You should just break their entire base, get all 3 inhibs, get next towers, get as much as you can. In this case, they have your teammates' base. Theirs in it. That's when you give them everything. Give them blue buff. Give them wolf camp. That's when you don't fuck with them. You know. Okay, Elder. I don't really care about this death. Elder 1 minute. Watch this Elder fight. Not really a fight. This guy just ends. And now you hit Baron. Elder, nice. Just group. What's happening? Where's Yasuo die? Yasuo's being an idiot by himself. It's still fine. Yasuo died, but it's still 44. Yone's dead, Yasuo dead. So you guys are even numbers, but you're even numbers with Elder. Spam ping, on the way ping, fight ping. Again, right now you guys are 44. You have all 4 members here. Nasa's top. So you have 4, they have 2. If they have worst case scenario, they have 3. They cannot have more than 3 because 4th is here and 5th is here, right? So worst case scenario, this is a 4v3. Plus you have Elder. So I'm spam on the way pinging, spam assistant pinging, spam target pinging, pressing E, pressing Ghost. There's no tower, and just full sending it. Jhin is immobile. Jhin has no dash. Jhin has no speed up. Jhin has no nothing. I guess he's pretty fast at this point in the game, but you get the idea. Even then, it's still 4v3. Just fucking use everything and run this guy down. 3-man ult. Boom, get it in there. But obviously if your team continues to base, then don't. But in my head, you just spam pinging, spam on the way pinging. Even if smaller bases, you're still 3v3 with Elder. You understand? That's still winning, okay? But now, boom, like we lost opportunity, and that's smaller fully based. We're not in position to dive in. We're letting them poke us. Like we're just too hesitant. When you have Elder, with Elder, every fight's winning. You have no hesitation with Elder. Boom, we still have Elder. Run mid, spam ping on the way mid, 5v5, dive them, ghost in, E in, ult in, anything, you know? I don't know, just like by the time we actually went in, our backline's already dead. Like we have to be the ones going in first. No, we can't let Yon start the fight getting a 3-man ult. And even then, look, this fight started terribly, right? Like you got one shot, Nico got one shot, and look, your team still won the fight. Look, your teammate killed. Look, 5 dead. 1 3%. So look how badly the fight started. You guys still won it. This proves my point. How when you have Elder, every fight's like just winning. Like that fight started 45, and Nivea had to TP in, so she wasn't there at the start of the fight. So it was a 45 start. Plus, you got one shot. Plus, your Nico got one shot, and you guys still won the fight. That doesn't prove how OP Elder is, and you could just dive in and take any fight. I don't know what will, right? So when you have Elder, way more confidence. The fact that you have Elder twice in one game is insane. I don't know. This is just awkward. I don't think there's much you could do in these late game fights as Hecarim, to be honest with you. Any team's bad. Any team could have ended if they went top. They could have won 5-man top and ended the game. You're so lucky they didn't end. These fights are kind of pointless. Late game fights are so unwatchable. It's just monkey running around hoping that you win that your teammates play better than enemies. All the things we could have done in this game were earlier. I think being able to recognize when you have Baron, Elder, Soul that you're just insanely strong and force ending the game off that. Boom, same thing. We got Elder. We better just like Omega force fights now. You know, it's not bad. I like this idea. Break their inhibs. You're playing with your Yasuo. Not the worst. I mean, missed ult over the wall. I'll just watch like the last team fight of the game. All the important stuff I already talked about, which is just early mid game, snowballing our lead, keeping our lead, using number advantage. That's all the stuff that really matters. These late game fights are just not pure luck, but like basically it's just whoever waiting for like this is a 4 elder game. Like there's no way. What could I possibly tell you? The enemy team randomly dies, you in the mid. Nice. I mean, I don't know. I think you did a good job farming this game in the earlier, like to give you some compliments. I do think that you're way too greedy with your spell usage and your ghost, and I think that you should recognize and abuse number advantage more. Like when you anytime, especially when you're playing a champ with like hard engage like Hecarim, the second you notice that I have more members in the fight than they do, you should send everything. Ghost, E, ult, and just get because at that point you have to send. When you have number advantage, usually any fight is a good fight, but you need the fight to start. Because if you don't let the fight start, then one of your teammates will might base, or the enemy team like the number advantage might go away because the person that was dead respawns. Like random shit could happen, you know. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful.